What's up everyone, welcome back to another What If video. Okay, I know, the scenario today sounds a bit weird, to say the least. Goku becoming immortal. I mean, on one hand that sounds crazy, and on the other hand, it sounds overpowered. But surprisingly, it's something that I've been suggested a lot. Sure, we know on Namek that Freeza wanted to become immortal, that was why he was searching for the Dragon Balls, same for Vegeta. But today's video is a little more lighthearted in nature, kind of a joke what if. Because maybe, as a protective measure, what if they made Goku immortal instead with a wish? I know it's a what if mini, but we have a lot to cover here. This will remain as a one-parter, but if we could hit 2,500 likes, I'll continue it with the second part, which will also be the finale. Today's video will only cover Dragon Ball Z. And without further ado, let's actually get into the story. So, Porunga is summoned on Namek. Of course, the first wish is made like normal, revive Piccolo. He's the first one chosen because it'll bring the Dragon Balls back on Earth. And they could probably bring him here to help fight. But it turns out that Porunga actually isn't going to bring him here, that would require a separate wish. The group thinks carefully. They really need some extra muscle. Well, you know what? Why don't they just wish if Goku was healed? Actually, Krillin has a better idea. Goku might not like this, but they could always reverse it later, right? Well, he hopes they can. Because this isn't something Goku is asking for, and he might not like it. Krillin suggests that they should make Goku immortal. The same thing Vegeta wanted so he could defeat Freeza. Maybe if Goku becomes immortal, first of all it'll heal him, and he can come out and fight, not worrying about dying. Gohan and Dende are a bit concerned about this, but like Krillin says, they can reverse it later if they need. Time is also of the essence, so they don't really have too much time to think it over. Dende goes ahead and makes the wish, asking Porunga to make Goku immortal. Porunga lifts up his hand, giving an OK symbol. The wish has been made. Immediately, in his healing pod, Goku wakes up. Of course, Vegeta notices this though. He's already on hot pursuit to Porunga, and he lands just as soon as the wish is made. He wants to be made immortal, and he demands that Dende ask for it. Nothing can prepare him for what he hears next, about the wish that was just made. And then, two crazy things happen. One, Porunga disappears, and the Dragon Balls become inert. Not a good sign. But two, they sense something really powerful nearby. He breaks out immediately, not knowing what just happened. But something feels different. He can't quite put his finger on it, but he heads to the battlefield regardless. All the while, Vegeta faces Frieza like normal, waiting for Kakarot to arrive. And sure enough, he does. Much stronger than before. Awesome, another plaything for Frieza. At this point, Goku's around the same strength that he was once he originally woke up after being beaten by Ginyu, meaning he's about a power level of 3 million, the same as before. Kinda overkill considering Frieza's still in his first form. He's easily fighting Frieza, and Frieza eventually has to step up to his second and third form, going all the way to his final form even. And this is where the match starts heating up. Frieza goes up to 50% power, and Goku's at Kaioken times 20. As we know, Kaioken tears the body apart from the seams. But Goku notices something different. He uses Kaioken and it does hurt him a bit, but instantly after he's hurt, he gets healed. Although he continuously heals from using Kaioken, he's not going to get any power boost from it, because Zenkais don't happen if the Saiyan inflicts it on themselves. But still, the fact that he heals whenever he uses it means he could use it for pretty much as long as he wants, until he runs out of stamina, of course. Something's not right. Krillin feels bad that he didn't say it before, but he didn't want Frieza to kill him. So now he reveals to Goku, Porunga made Goku immortal. This was a countermeasure against Frieza. And if Goku doesn't like it, they could always reverse it. Well, most likely. I mean, if Porunga can grant it, he could remove it, right? Frieza refuses to believe this, and while Goku's distracted, he shoots him through the chest. And everyone looks in shock as Goku falls to the ground. Frieza laughs. It seems the immortality wasn't real. But then on the ground, Goku slowly gets back up, his chest closing. Fully healed, and actually a bit stronger. Immortality combined with Zenkais, that is a terrifying combo. And it's going to be a recurring theme throughout this what if, which is why it's kind of a joke one. Goku gets back up, stronger than before, activating Kaioken, ready to fight Frieza. This immortality thing might be weird to get used to, and if he decides later he will get rid of it. Before this fight, it does seem kind of fun. Albeit a bit unfair, but he gets why Krillin did it. He wanted to ensure that they would win. He'll worry about undoing it later. Right now he has to fight Frieza. Frieza refuses to believe this, and he even goes 100%, throwing everything he can at Goku. Goku's actually not strong enough to face him, and Frieza keeps on injuring him over and over. This isn't fun for Goku, he's not intentionally getting hurt, and even if he is immortal he still feels pain. But every time Frieza hurts him, mortally wounding him, Goku heals and gets a little bit stronger, sometimes way stronger. Vegeta watches in amazement. With immortality, he can exploit Saiyan power boosts, and unintentionally he's doing that. Every time Frieza hurts him, he comes back stronger, fully healed. No matter what Frieza does, he can't kill Goku. And now, in Kaioken times 20, Goku's actually enough to match up against full power Frieza. And if Frieza tries to destroy the planet, Goku can just block it, no problem. Not only is he strong enough to do so, but he doesn't have to worry about injury either. Frieza even tries going for Goku's friends, mainly Krillin. But Krillin gets to live here. Goku grabs Frieza's hand and stops him before he can do anything. He gives Frieza plenty of opportunities to give up, but Frieza just keeps trying. Ultimately, Goku's left with no choice but to defeat him. And he does so. Cool, they can all head back to Earth now. Oh yeah, one last loose end to tie up. Now that Piccolo's on Earth, they've already gathered all the Dragon Balls. And anyone who's died due to Frieza's army is revived. The Namekians thank everyone for their help. And it turns out Porunga is brought back too. Only briefly though. So they have a third wish. Is his immortality undone? Personally, I think it's something that he would do, but since this what if is all about him becoming immortal, we're gonna keep it for now. Let's say Goku wants to test drive it a bit more. This is kind of a joke what if after all. It would be a shame to just end off here. And with his immortality, that means some interesting things ahead. For one, I see some timeline alterations. No Trunks here, because let's assume future Goku does the same exact thing. There's not even any timeline separation. Over the next few years, life goes normally. In all honesty, I feel like Chi-Chi wouldn't be too happy about the immortality thing, but Goku suggests that she can get it too, and they could live immortally forever. Hey, even immortality for the whole family. They could happily live as long as they want. Nah, that's a little too much. They'll just have to get Goku to reverse it later. But it's a good thing that he's immortal because eventually he comes down with the heart virus. This is the end for him, right? Not good. Well, if he's immortal, that's not going to exclude sicknesses. It might be a little agonizing for a bit, but I feel like Goku would be able to get over this. No matter what method of death he's facing, Goku can't die. And if it's the heart virus that's going to kill him, his body will just naturally heal from it. That's a lot of headaches solved, especially because not long after, the androids arrive. No 19 and 20 this time, 17 and 18, going around destroying stuff like they're good at. Naturally, the Dragon Team would get wind of this. I mean, cities don't just randomly blow themselves up, right? Something's definitely going on and it doesn't seem good. So, Goku and friends all head into the city. The androids are actually pretty pleased. Goku's right there. They don't need to go searching for him. Perfect, he's their target. Immediately, the twins go for Goku. He assumes a fighting stance and gets ready to fight them off. The Dragon Team's worried. Can he really take them on alone? Nope, he can't. He goes into Kaioken, even pushing up to Kaioken times 50, something he's learned from his training. That's basically the same multiplier as Super Saiyan. But regardless, it's still not enough. Combined, the androids are too strong for him, and they kill Goku. They're pretty happy, but then they look at the Dragon Team and they don't seem too fazed. Do they really not care that Goku just died? Come on, shed a tear or something. Krillin steps in and said they shouldn't laugh just yet, and tells them to look back over to the spot where they killed Goku. He was completely obliterated, and they look over and see. Slowly but surely, from all the scattered pieces of him, Goku coalesces back into himself, and the androids just look in disgust and amazement. When did Goku learn to do that? What even was that? Goku jumps back into the fight, and the androids go at him again. Too bad for them though, because by killing Goku, they just made him stronger again. Without effort, he goes back into Kaioken times 50, saying he wants to start that fight again. But this time he's advantage over the two androids, and alone he defeats them. Once again, another crisis averted. And if we're assuming there's no Trunks here, there's probably not the timeline that Cell came from either. Present Cell would still be alive though, but it's going to be a really long time until he's even born. So they don't need to worry about him for now. So it seems pretty clear cut. Goku's just going to defeat every enemy, right? No peril exists anymore. Well, it wouldn't be that simple. Like I mentioned before, immortality might not be something that Goku's too okay with. Same for everyone else. For one, as for Goku, he might feel like it's not a really good way to win fights. It feels like it's cheating in a way. This doesn't give him any challenge, no way to actually motivate himself to go farther. He could just go into a fight, die, and then come back stronger. There's no real fun in that for him. You know how he is as a Saiyan. After going through it once again, he realizes it's not that fulfilling, even though it's a safe option. Another change, of course, no one has Super Saiyan. They don't even know it exists. As far as they're concerned, Vegeta turned into a Super Saiyan on Namek, and so did Goku. Judging by Vegeta's definition of a Super Saiyan at least. And speaking of Vegeta, or everyone else for that matter, they're left behind. And this doesn't sit right with Vegeta. Why does Kakarot get to be immortal but he doesn't? This is what he wanted all along. And Kakarot just comes in and steals it from right underneath him. Vegeta's been thinking about this for a while, but it's starting to kick in even more, now that he sees how far ahead Kakarot actually is. He's just getting stuff handed to him, and Vegeta doesn't realize that Kakarot doesn't feel fulfilled. He thinks that Kakarot's actually enjoying this, and he begins thinking for himself. Maybe he wants to become immortal too. So while Goku's now realizing that he wants to become unimmortal, Vegeta actually wants to do the opposite and become immortal. Oh Vegeta, you two should really communicate. So, over the 7 years, a lot of things happen like normal. Trunks was already born, and Goten gets born as well. Goku's on Earth after all and gets to enjoy his family life. but I feel like over this time, Goku will actually go ahead and make the wish to undo the immortality. He's now seeing it's not really too fair to win fights. Sure, it was okay against Frieza, and he wanted to see how it would do when he's trying to protect Earth against some threat, but now he feels he's too strong, and there's no thrill in the fights. He should have really done this before. Plus, by not being immortal anymore, it'll motivate him to train harder, because that'll be the only way he won't die. And again, the whole family thing would be weird. He doesn't want to be alive after his whole family dies. Same with all his friends. Being immortal would just be kinda sad. But as for Vegeta, he doesn't care. He begins plotting something. The 7 years go by pretty peacefully. People do keep training, but it's not like anyone's getting Super Saiyan 2 or anything. They still don't know about Super Saiyan. And as I mentioned before, they're not aiming for any form because they already think they're Super Saiyans. And eventually, this time skip ends and we get to the tournament. So a lot of the tournament happens like normal. Same contestants except Android 18 isn't there. Because, you know, she's dead. And a lot of the tournament goes pretty much like normally. The only big difference is that Gohan doesn't go Super Saiyan 2 against Kibito, but he lets out his full power, and Spopovich still drains him. And Spopovich doesn't collect that much power. He doesn't realize it, but there's not nearly enough to revive Buu. Everyone is weaker, especially without Super Saiyan. But even in base, no one's nearly as strong as they were. Goku's close, but still not really there. And it's not like he can spam Kaioken anymore. He still can use it, but it's very stressful, as it once was. The group chases Spopovich and Yamu and they arrive at Babidi's ship. And once again, a lot of this goes normal. Deborah kills Kibito, and then everyone heads into the ship for their fights. The fight against Pui Pui is still pretty easy, but next up is Yakon. Goku can't defeat him in the same way as he did before, but with pure strength he'll be fine. He realizes he can't use Ki Blast, which is fine. Too bad he can't just overload Yakon with light like he did before. But Yakon is defeated, and then we get to Deborah, the true threat. The only person who can even stand close to Deborah is Goku. And even in Kaioken times 50, which is very stressful for him to use, he can't do much damage to Deborah. But Deborah makes it a point not to kill them. He wants to drag this fight on as long as possible, because it turns out, Babidi doesn't have a lot of energy, only about 25%. As Deborah fights Goku though, he gets an idea. This fight is going to take far too long. Maybe if you get another servant though, this could help. Someone that's more even to Goku, someone that'll also give off their own energy, and he senses a lot of malice around, specifically in one of the people there named Vegeta. Sure, even though Goku was around, Vegeta's not going to be so happy-go-lucky. He's still a little sour about how ahead Goku got. Immortality is basically a cheat. Goku continues his fight with Deborah, with Shin even stepping in. But suddenly, Vegeta starts screaming out in pain. He's being possessed by Babidi. Babidi can manipulate him pretty easily, promising more power than he could ever desire, and Babidi finds out one of his secrets. He's going to make a really effective minion. Similar to normal, Majin Vegeta is born, although he's in base form, gaining a strength boost that makes him confident enough to face off against Kakarot. Everyone looks in disbelief, with Deborah actually looking and being happy. Huh, a new coworker. Really unexpected. Just for fun, Babidi teleports everyone over to the World Tournament, leaving Deborah behind. Things continue like normal up until when Goku actually fights Vegeta. Goku's surprised. Vegeta actually got a lot stronger over the 7 years. Plus this Majin thing gives him a boost in power. The two are clashing evenly, but Vegeta's not satisfied. He knows that Kakarot's holding back. He tells Goku to stop playing around, use that Kaioken thing. Holding back, he activates Kaioken, only in about times 10 or 20. But somehow Vegeta's still able to keep up. He scoffs. It seems he's actually surpassed Kakarot now, hasn't he? Goku then begins talking to Vegeta. Why would he do this? And Vegeta explains it all. He wanted to get stronger. He wanted to surpass Kakarot. He couldn't just sit there and let Kakarot get ahead, especially with the way he did it, becoming immortal. But he lets Goku in on a little secret. This whole time, over the 7 years, he's been trying to catch up to Goku. Hardcore training, trying to learn new techniques, anything. But Vegeta simply couldn't just get ahead. But secretly over this time, without telling anybody, Vegeta decided to even the playing field. He points to himself. No matter what happens, Kakarot will never beat him, because he is now immortal. Goku's just confused. Why would he do this? Goku got rid of his immortality because there was no challenge. He knows that there was a problem with it. He understands where Vegeta's coming from, but isn't this a bit hypocritical? Vegeta's obviously not thinking clearly right now, and hasn't been thinking that clearly over the past few years. His judgment's been clouded. And really, he sees this as fair, a way to even the playing field. He didn't wish for immortality so he could be safe or protect his family or whatever. He was still bent on surpassing Kakarot. Sure, he couldn't exploit Zenkais with his own training, but now, no matter what fight he's in, he's gonna get stronger. Plus this Majin thing gives him a huge boost. Goku doesn't get it. Why would Vegeta willingly want to be controlled? That's not like him. Vegeta doesn't care. He wants anything to get ahead, and it seems he's finally done it. Even when he's fighting Kakarot and Kaioken, Vegeta still remains ahead. But what he doesn't know is Goku's been holding back. And although Vegeta feels like he has the advantage, he doesn't. Sure, he's immortal, but But there's one thing he isn't immune to. During the fight, very quickly, Goku flares into his maximum level of Kaioken, times 100. And with a powerful chop to the neck, he knocks Vegeta out. Vegeta can't be reasoned with consciously, and there's no way he's going to try to kill Vegeta, not like he even can. He just has to immobilize him somehow. Things are looking grim. Goku leaves Vegeta here for the time being, and goes back to Shin and everyone else, trying to fight Dabura. Babidi still doesn't have enough energy, he's only around 50% right now. And they need to stop Dabura before things get bad. Goku, Gohan, and Shin all fight, needing to free Piccolo and Krillin, and also needing to stop Dabura for good. But they just can't do anything. And Shin even wonders if he could escape, but he knows Babidi won't allow that. They can't even reach Babidi right now. All seems lost. Dabura is just going to keep fighting them until they get enough energy to revive Buu, and there's nothing they could do about it. But back in the wasteland and where they fought, Vegeta wakes up. Kakarot's gone, he just left him there. And this gives Vegeta some time to self-reflect. Kakarot's actually right. Becoming immortal, that was a bit hypocritical. And look where it got him. Nowhere. He's always wanted to become immortal, but he didn't realize until now. There's more to fighting than just winning all the time, and you can't always win by just being immortal. And even by becoming Babidi's slave, he still wasn't strong enough to beat Kakarot. Kakarot simply hit him in the neck and knocked him out. He was holding back, as if Vegeta wasn't an issue at all. Conflicted, Vegeta begins realizing the error of his ways, and it seems he's breaking free of Babidi's spell, little by little. Back in the fight against Dabura, all seems lost. But a new fighter arrives. Majin Vegeta. Instantly, he goes in and tackles Dabura. Everyone's confused, but Vegeta tries something. It might not accomplish much, but there's no risk involved. He holds on to Dabura, starting to glow. Vegeta blows himself up, much to everyone's surprise. They think he's dead, but Goku tells them what happened. Vegeta's immortal now, and surely enough, he regenerates. Dabura is a bit injured, but nothing too bad. How did Vegeta survive that attack? This one's a pest. Dabura doesn't need to keep him around. He asks Babidi permission to kill him, and he grants it. Dabura launches an attack, disintegrating Vegeta, but he regenerates. Perfect. This time, it gave him a Zenkai, because someone else did the damage to him. Dabura's just confused. He keeps trying to attack, but it does nothing. Then Babidi remembers and he warns Dabura. Vegeta's immortal. Dabura doesn't even have time to react to that, because next, he's once again grabbed by Vegeta, this time creating a larger explosion, killing Dabura. Vegeta regenerates once again, happy to have accomplished this. He never thought he'd say this, but he apologizes to Kakarot. He's seen the error of his ways, and he thanks Kakarot for the little talk. But now, more important things are at hand. They need to find Babidi, and it's not too hard. He doesn't have any defenses and he's in the ship. Using brute force, they're able to just break into it, blowing it up from the outside. Even if they can't get in, destroying it does the job. Babidi dies, and Buu is never revived. Crisis averted, but there's still an issue. Vegeta has the M on his forehead still. It turns out the curse wasn't reversed. Or was it actually reversed and that just serves as a permanent reminder of what Vegeta did? Shin and Kibito thank everyone, taking Buu's egg heading back off to their planet. The damage is restored. But there's still the issue of Vegeta. He is immortal, and he still has that mark on his head. Hopefully it means nothing. And it seems he's come to his senses by now. Once again, Earth returns to peace. And this is where we'll end off this scenario. So what did you guys think about this scenario? Would you like to see another part? And if so, what do you think would happen? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below, and I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. And let's try to hit the like goal that I said in this video. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? As well as hitting the bell icon and get notified about any future parts of this What If, or any other videos that I upload on my channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.